Welcome to Module 10, Data Breaches. At the end of this module, you will have a basic understanding of the management of data breaches, key areas where data breaches may occur, and our personal responsibilities regarding data breaches. The GDPR indicates that a failure to secure personal data is a data breach, regardless of the outcome of that failure. If a marketing team maintains a contact database, including all of their clients, on a single laptop, and hardware failure renders the laptop unusable, would this be considered a data breach? Answer at the end of this module. A personal data breach is a breach of security leading to the accidental or unlawful destruction, loss, alteration, unauthorized disclosure of, or access to, personal data. This is irrespective of the immediate impact on the data subject. Even if their rights and freedoms have not been compromised, and they have not suffered a material loss, it is still a breach because unless it is mitigated in some way, the data subject could be disadvantaged in the future. As stated, a breach can be accidental or unlawful. In either case, and independent of the size of the breach, it must be reported to a line manager or data protection officer, as soon as possible. Depending on the risk to the rights and freedoms of the data subject, the organization may need to report the breach to the ICO. If this is the case, the report must be submitted within 72 hours. If the risk to data subjects is significant, they should be informed too, along with details of the actions the organization is taking to reduce the risk. The decision on reporting the breach to the supervisory authority, or data subjects, will be made by the data protection officer or equivalent. A failure to report a risk, or put effective mitigations in place, can result in a fine or penalty action by the supervisory authority. Many organizations handle personal data for employees, clients and prospects. Whilst the nature of the data, and the potential impact of a data breach may vary, we all need to be vigilant and consistent in our handling of data. Here are some examples of areas where data breaches can occur. Service desks or contact centers. Infrastructure teams. Technical development. Sales and marketing. Support functions, such as payroll and HR. It is the responsibility of everyone to think about the data we process, collect, store, use and send, and to act with care and attention, on every occasion, to minimize the risk of data breaches. A service desk, or contact center, has a dynamic relationship with its clients and users. During interactions, it is essential to bear in mind that transactions occur in real time, and as such it is easy to make unintentional errors. For example, a service desk or contact center deals with multiple clients, and there are many email interactions with people on a daily basis. If an email containing unencrypted personal data is sent to the wrong client, it would be a data breach, regardless of the follow-up actions implemented. This could lead to an ICO investigation, a loss of client confidence, and potential reputational damage. Infrastructure and development teams process significant quantities of internal and external data. This processing can include storage, management and backing up of data, as well as viewing client personal data whilst managing systems or developing and testing new software. For example, a developer may be given access to live systems to make updates, which may give them visibility of client or employee records. In this case, the developer should make every effort to view only the records required to complete the tasks assigned, should not make any copies of the data, and should not allow other members of their team to view the information. The acquisition and management of client and prospect data can be used to build up a significant picture of a data subject, especially when combined with other data sources. For example, the loss of a laptop containing an unsecured contact database could provide details to identity fraudsters who could use this, along with data obtained from public sources, to build a fake identity which could be used to access services and which could be a risk to data subjects. Businesses hold significant volumes of employee information, including special category data, which needs to be held securely and only disclosed to authorized personnel. For example, employees may complete health questionnaires in order to apply for life assurance or other health benefits. These forms may be passed to a broker who liaises with the insurance provider. The collection, storage and transmission of the data all need to be secure. In addition, the broker, a processor, needs to be checked to ensure they are reputable, and any copies of the data that are no longer needed should be securely erased. Data breaches will occur despite the actions put in place to mitigate such events. If a breach does occur, it needs to be managed as quickly as possible. All suspected data breaches must be reported to the relevant manager and/or the data protection officer, if there is one, as soon as they are discovered. The DPO must respond to both the raiser and line manager to confirm receipt. If no response is received within 1 hour, both parties should escalate to a director. And to reiterate, it is each individual's responsibility to think about the data we process, collect, store, use and send, and to act with care and attention on every occasion, to minimize the risk of data breaches. Answer to the question at the start of this module. Any data loss, regardless of the nature of that loss, is considered a data breach. The marketing team have lost personal data, so they need to consider the data loss a breach. We will now ask you a short question. Some time will be left for you to think about the answer. However, feel free to pause the video after the question is asked, to allow yourself enough time to think about the answer. The question will be answered shortly after. An HR department accidentally sends a file containing the details of their company's new starters, including names, addresses, dates of birth, bank details and next of kin, to an external client rather than their payroll team. They immediately contact the client, who indicates that the email and file have been deleted. Does the HR team need to report the breach to the data protection officer? Yes or no? The answer is yes. Whilst the file has not been stolen, and the HR team has been assured it has been deleted, the file, containing personal details, was sent to an unauthorized recipient. This is the end of our Module 10, Data Breaches. You can now move on to Module 11, Accountability.